Kim O Animashaun. Can you please put our hands together for her? Please come to the high table. You're welcome, sir. That's the secretary of the Board of Trustees. You're welcome, sir. God bless you. And also, let me also invite to the high table the chairman of Board of Trustees, Rafiu Jawando. Let's put hands together for him, the chairman of the BOD. Animashaun. Okay. Please come to the high table, sir. And also, let me also invite to the high table the chairman of today's occasion, the retired Major General Tajuddin Olanrewaju. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Come to the high table. He is a man of honor. A round of applause. He's a soldier, a retired soldier. Don't forget. Please, put hands together. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to introduce to you and also invite to the high table a man of honor, a man of integrity, the one and only people's choice, the man that turned Lagos State to a mega city, remain one of the best governors ever in Lagos State. He's an icon of dynamism. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the former governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola Ekpatewo Toriolong. Can you please, let's give this man a standing ovation as I invite him to the high table with a round of applause. Wow. BRF. Eko ni baje. Eko ni baje. If truly you enjoy his government, please give a round of applause to him one more time. Can you please, let's give him 3 gosa. We love you, sir. PRF. Omo Fashola. And also, Mafia Sikoiki, our Babawa, the White Cap Ship of Lagos, our Onile, Eleko of Eko, and also the representative of the Oba of Lagos, Oba Babatunde Aremu, really one. Oshuolale, níbẹ̀ yẹn mo rí bàbá wa, the Shore of Lagos. Àwọn máa ń kírun dáadáa nínú àwọn imam nínú olóyè ni wọ́n. God bless you, sir. And also Chief Lamina Shasi. Ẹ bá mi fún àwọn náà látẹ̀wọ́. But I will invite to the high table Chief Ismail Folaji Olorogun Ide of Lagos. Let's give him a round of applause. Kábíyèsí, sir. Ẹ bá mi fún ọ látẹ̀wọ́. While we are still expecting the Chief Imam of Lagos, and also we're still expecting the Governor of Lagos State. Thank you, sir. Yes. Ejoko, sir. Okay. All right. Let me also invite to the high table the 001 of Lagos State, Mr. Selebo. A pàtẹ́wọ́ fún governor now. The governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide. Eba mi pare Fashola enkusimilenu sir. I too love you. Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, please the representative please come to the high table. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. All right, the representative of the governor of Lagos State, Engineer Abdulhafiz Omogbolaran Turiola, the PAMSEC Ministry of Housing. Nice one. What's that? Thank you, Aoda. The former Minister of Work and Housing. And now you are the representative of governor. PAMSEC, housing. Fantabulous. Right now, let me also invite to the high table the retired Navy Commando, Mr. Bode George. We're still expecting him once. See there, right? Retired Inspector General of Police, Musiliu Smith. Okay, we are still expecting him. And also, AIG, Assistant Inspector General of Police, Kasim. No? Okay. DIG. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to also use this medium opportunity to invite to the high table Retired Justice Oyekon Taufikat Abdullahi. Thank you, please. God bless you, sir. And also, I'd love to invite to the high table Alaja Kafil Oshodi. Alaja Kafil Oshodi, please come to the high table. God bless you, ma. Mommy, ayin la n disturb ẹ má bínú. Ẹ bá ti bá wa àwọn ọmọ méjì tán jẹ́ tán bí virgin tó lè má bá wa mú wa. Sorry, ma. Ọmọ Òṣòdì ló lẹ́pẹ̀tẹ́ dò. God bless you. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you. The next person, Barrister Deji Lawal, the president of Eco Club. A round of applause for him. Barrister Deji Lawal, the president of Eco Club. Oh, Baba Wanisa Lekone. I so love this man. Always go gentle. You will never know he's a lawyer. So calm. But don't cross his boundary. God bless you, sir. All right. For now, ladies and gentlemen, can you please, let's rise up and give a standing ovation to this our nation for national anthem. If you are a good citizen of this nation and you are proud of this nation, DJ, 1, 2, go. Thank you. God bless our nation. Please, let's say it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I would also love to invite to the high table the first lecturer of today. He is a professor, Professor Bashir Animashaun. Professor Bashir Animashaun. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, wọ́n ní ká ṣe bí wọ́n ṣe máa ń ṣe kó lè bá a rí bó ṣe máa ń rí. Wọ́n ní tẹ́ni tèkísà ní tàtàn. Màá fi àsìkò yìí pé àwọn eléko ọ̀fẹ̀kọ́, àwọn bàbá wa olóyè onífìlà funfun kí àwọn náà máa bọ̀ lórí high table. Bàbá wa the chief Shashore of Lagos, and also Chief Lamino Shasi of Lagos. Please come to the high table. And also, let me also invite to the high table Mrs. Sunkomi Oyebola, PS, Permanent Secretary. Mrs. Sunkomi Oyebola He's one of our peers in Lagos State. Let's give her a round of applause. You are welcome. I love your energy. Oh, God bless you. Let me also invite to the high table Otumba Olusegun Jawando. Otumba Olusegun Jawando. Thank you. Wow. At 105, sir, you look like 40. Come to the high table. Thank you. Now, the next program on the agenda, open prayer. Àwọn àgbàlagbà ní tó bá ń da ó ń fàdúrà kó má bàjẹ́ èyí tó kù dé káàtó náà àdúrà la máa fi tún ṣe. So I would love to invite Alhaji Imam Uthman Animashaun. Please step forward to give the opening prayer, sir. God bless you. Takbir. Sallu ala Nabiyil Kareem.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم. For those of us that we can stand up, please let us be on our feet for this opening prayer. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر لا ولله الحمد. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده أنجز وعدا ونشر عبدا وأعز جندا وهزم الأحزاب وحدا. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. O Allah, we are committing ourselves and this event into your able hands. We are starting in your name, and we pray that by the time we come to the end of this program, we have all the reasons to glorify your mighty name. Today is one of the events lined up for this 138th Memorial Anniversary program. Inshallah, tomorrow we are going to have the last of the programs. We commit all this. It is you that you have been with us since the commencement of the program on Tuesday when we had the quiz competition for our children. You have been merciful and kind with us. And we also pray, and we are hopeful that we're also going to be with us throughout today, throughout tomorrow, and throughout our stay on this earth. Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. أجاك جوكو صلوا على النبي الكريم.
Thank you very much, sir. Takbir. Thanks for the prayer. May Almighty Allah bless you. Let me also invite to the high table Dr. Rafiat Olatunji, retired permanent secretary in Lagos State. God bless you, ma. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, ma. I'd love to also invite to the high table all the board of trustee. Otumba Akim or Animashaun is already on the high table. Mr. Rafiu Jawando, the chairman, is also on the high table already. Mr. Tola Animashaun, one of the member of board of trustee, please come to the high table. Mr. Jimo Bobani, please come to the high table. Alhaji Yusuf Animashaun, please come to the high table. Alhaji Jalile Animashaun, please come to the high table. Engineer Labi Lawal is also one of the member of board of trustee. Mr. Kasim Williams, please come to the high table. Mr. Babalola Animashaun, Mr. Babalola Animashaun, please come to the high table. Mr. Taufik Animashaun, come to the high table. Princess Kafayat Ayeni, please come to the high table. Alhaji Isaac Animashaun, please come to the high table. God bless you all. Let's give a round of applause to everyone together. God bless you. Come to the high table. Thank you. Come to the high table, sir. All the board of trustee. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the next program on the agenda, reading from the Holy Quran. Imam Lawal Abdul Rahman, please step forward for the reading of from the Holy Quran. Egbolon Tobi, Eyumbo Anobi.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. سلام طيب أراج بين على المختار سيدنا محمد. السلام عليك يا رسول الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي
يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلم تسليما ولا تقولوا لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون عزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين صدق الله الكريم الله رب العالمين.
Assalamu alaikum.
You say, wa alaikum salam. Takbir. Thank you very much. God bless you. Imam Lawal Abdul Rahman. We love your voice. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, the representative of the Chief Imam of Lagos, Imam Abib Taufik Ma'azu, the Chief Imam of Shitabe Mosque. Please come to the high table, sir. God bless you. فليتفضل مشكورا. àwọn àlèhólà mọ́rọ̀ wọ́n sátìlá hàmbíyà marhaban bikum. Thank you. Ẹ bá mú ọjọ́ kọ. All right, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to invite to the high table Alaja Mutiat Eninolopo Salami. Please come to the high table. Where is she? Alaja Mutiat Eninolopo. And also Alaja Sidikat Afinowi. Rama. Alaja Sidikat Afinowi, retired permanent secretary in Lagos State. Thank you, ma. Emma Rama. Thank you. Wa alaikum salam. Ladies and gentlemen, the next program on the agenda. Ẹni tí mo fẹ́ pè ń sìn, ẹni tí ó máa kí oríkì Animashaun torí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Animashaun tó máa wú dáadáa. Ọmọ dáadáa, ọmọ alálùbáríkà, the pride of Animashaun family. May God bless you. Rafiat Animashaun. Please let's give a round of applause to her. Rafiat Animashaun. She is our pride. Rafiat Animashaun. Oh, fantabulous. Give her a round of applause. Animashaun Rafiat. God will bless you with wisdom and knowledge. God will bless your parents. Animashaun family is proud of you. Please come to the middle. Aha. A round of applause to her one more time. Ẹ jẹ́ n sáré kọrin yìí fún kí n tó gbé fún. Ẹ sọ pé ṣọmọ mi lọ́mọ o, ṣọmọ mi lọ́mọ, ṣe bí èèyàn kan ló bí Rafiat, ṣọmọ mi lọ́mọ re. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Rehanat Animashaun. Give her a round of applause one more time. Sorry, no wonder she was looking at me. What's wrong with this man? My name is Rehanat now. I'm very sorry. Take the mic. God bless you.
Kásọ̀mà kásọ̀sà, orúkọ mi ni Animashaun Rihanna. Mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn bàbá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Animashaun, àwa lọmọ, Asunmo ọmọ pé tí ń jẹ́ Àjàdí ọgọ́ ọmọ àtẹ̀fọ́n wá sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́yọ̀ ilé tó ní ọ̀yọ́dún. Òun òrèlé mọ ìmọ̀ ilé pé òjò ooru kò jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ lọ ọmọ òjò kúlù kò jẹ́ kí èkúlù ọ̀gbẹ́ ọmọ àjàgàjìgì ògùn bòbò kékeré ọmọ ìwé kéré ọmọ ìgbòkègbò ọjà kìíní ọjà kejì ọjà kẹta ibẹ̀ ló di ọmọ wá sí Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ọmọ olóbì wọ́wọ́ ti ń wọ́ ọmọ olóbì wọ́wọ́ ti ń wọ̀, èyí tó fẹ́ ní wọ̀ sápò ní, èyí tí ò fẹ́ ní wọ̀ sígbó. Ẹranko burúkú á máa mú jẹ. Ìjẹ̀ṣà orídìí ṣáná, ilé lọmọ wa tún múná roko.
Wow. Ọmọ olóbì kan ò wọ́wọ́ ti rí wọ́. Ìjẹ̀ṣà òṣèré. Onílẹ̀ kíni? Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fúnra rẹ̀. God will bless you. Go back to your seat. Let's give her a round of applause. God bless you. Let me invite to the high table Mr. Tunji Jokotoye, the Managing Director, Unique Property Nigeria Limited. A round of applause to her, to him. A round of applause to him. God bless you, sir. That's the Managing Director, Unique property. Thank you. And also, Alaja Riskat Ojodu, the retired treasurer, Etiosa local government. Thank you. Alaja Riskat Ojodu, please come to the high table. Alaja Riskat Ojodu, retired treasurer, Etiosa local government. Please come to the high table, ma. We're waiting for you, ma. Come to the high table. Thank you, sir. Let me also invite to the high table the First Lady of Olorebi Animashaun, Alaja Baby Animashaun. Ìyàwó Olorebi Animashaun. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ high table, ma. Alaja Baby Animashaun, the First Lady of Animashaun. Gbogbo àwọn olórí tó kù, wọ́n tẹ̀lé wọn. Come to the high table, ma. God bless you. You are highly welcome. Mr. Ademola Momoni, the former chairman of Ikoyi Club, please come to the high table, sir. A round of applause to him, please. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, welcome address by the acting chairman board of trustee, Mr. Rafiu Jawando. Let's put hands together for Mr. Rafiu Jawando to please step forward for welcome address.
Assalamu alaikum. Mo kí gbogbo yín tẹ́ wà níjókòó. Mo sì welcome yín sí ìjókòó àtẹ̀ní tẹ́ fún alẹ́ yẹ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbẹ̀yẹ. Ṣùgbọ́n ibi tí tó ti yẹ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní lórí gómìnà wa tó yan aṣojú wa láti wá bá a ṣe ẹ̀yẹ náà ní ọjọ́ ìní. Mo sì dúpẹ́ fún ọmọ wa Raji Fashola, former governor of Lagos State, former minister of Works and Housing, tó ń wá fún alẹ́yẹ níbí ilé. Mo tún dúpẹ́ fún representative Ọba of Lagos tó wá kí wa wọ́n dé àbá àfijókòó yẹ wá lé ní. Mo kí chief imam náà tó wá bá àṣeyẹ náà lẹ́jọ́ ìní. Ọmọ àná tó jẹ́ chairman location yìí, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ó fún aláyè láti wá síbi lẹ́yìn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo dẹ̀ tún dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹbí lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹbí Animashaun tó dúró tì wá láti ṣe ẹ̀yẹ òní láti ṣe ẹ̀yẹ náà ó ti pẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n a ní ká ṣe ní ọdún yìí kọ́tà máa ṣe lọ́dọọdún ni a ní filẹ̀ báyìí mọ́ kó pẹ́ bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé níwọ̀nba àṣe irú ọjọ́ ìní báyìí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí tí a fẹ́ ṣe lọ́la agboolé ló yẹ ká ti ṣe ṣùgbọ́n ká má di títì ló jẹ́ ká wá bí ta máa ṣe ní ọ̀la ọmọ anáàdẹ̀ ló níbẹ̀ so a yẹ gbogbo wa o Ọlọ́run á dúró tì wá o mo dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ gbogbo àwọn tán wà ní high table tán wá bá a ṣe ẹ náà lé ní ẹ ṣe gan ni Ọlọ́run á dúró tì gbogbo yín o àtàwa náà o ká má fa ọ̀rọ̀ gùn jọ púpọ̀ kì í ṣe pé mi gbóyìnbó o mo gbóyìnbó o bọ̀tọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí tẹ́ bá lọ sí àwùjọ àwọn ẹ̀dá míì èdè wọn náà máa sọ mo ti lọ síbi kan tó yẹ pé em of Kano ó pe international press conference nígbà tó máa dìde tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ Haúsá ló ń sọ so èmi dẹ̀ rò pé ọmọ Yorùbá ìjìnlẹ̀ ni mí ó yẹ kí ká pọ́n ìgbéra ká mú lárugẹ òyìnbó tá à ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa nísìn kò jẹ́ kán gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa nígbà tá a wà kékeré Yorùbá náà fi kọ́ wa nílé tábà dé skul nìkan lòyìnbó tábà padà sílé Yorùbá ni wọ́n nísìn òyìnbó là ń bá ara sọ ní gbogbo gbà ọmọ mi ò lè sọ Yorùbá dáadáa ẹ jẹ́ ká mú èdè wa lárugẹ ó ṣe pàtàkì jùlọ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ ṣe gan ni Ọlọ́run á dúró tì gbogbo wa o ẹ ṣe thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciation.
DJ, I love that. Play it.
Appreciation. Mo dúpẹ́ oníbù ọ̀rẹ́ bàbá gbọ́ pẹ́ mi.
Thank you. Ẹ ṣé gan sir. Ọlọ́run ajá àárín yín pẹ́. Wọ́n ní àṣà wa ká gbé lárugẹ. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà tó bá wà ń bẹ kó fún rẹ̀ látẹ̀wọ́. Ọkọ̀ mú ò tí ì pé wọ́n ń chukú látàárọ̀ mí rẹ̀ tí ì pé áùdù. Bí Ọlárìnwájú Fáṣọlá and co. Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún àwọn bàbá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to invite to the high table the ex-Secretary to the Governor of Lagos State on Home Affairs, Honorable Jepe. Please come to the high table, sir. Ẹ bá mi fún ọ látẹ̀wọ́, àáfàá tó kàwé nìyẹn. God bless you. Wa alaikum salam. Fine, sir. Honorable Jebe, ex-Secretary to the Governor on Home Affairs. Honorable sir, I would also love to recognize the presence of the former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Bakari. Ọmọ Òṣòdì Bùkún, abẹ̀rẹ̀ adọ́ alágbára Ọlọ́run. Ẹ sir. And a goodwill message. Ẹni tí màá kọ́kọ́ pè, àwọn ni the Kábíyèsí Elékòó of Èkó, Ọba Rilwan Aremu Babatunde Oṣuọlálé, ẹ ṣé Kábíyèsí o. So màá pè bàbá olóyè wa, the Chief Ismail Fọlájì Olórógun Idẹ Okoro of Lagos. Kára ó lé o. Ẹ ṣé Kábíyèsí o.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mo kí gómìnà wa, mo kí bàbá wa, former governor, sir, mo kẹ́yìn bàbá wa, gbogbo trustee àtẹ̀yìn àgbàlagbà ilé Animashaun, gbogbo yìí ni mo kí o. Mo dẹ̀ kẹ́yìn bàbá wa ń jókòó lọ́kùnrin àti lóbìnrin o. Láṣẹ bàbá wa kábíyèsí ọba Ridwan Aremu Ṣọlálé Akíolú ọba of Lagos, ṣe ni wọ́n ní ká kí gbogbo àwọn bàbá ilé Animashaun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ fún ti ìrántí bàbá wa tí à ń ṣe lénìí ilé Sunmonu Animashaun ní Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè àtúbọ̀bà jíǹkí lára wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin bàbá fún ọ̀pọ̀ ìrántí tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí. Olúwa bá wa dẹ̀lẹ̀ fún wọn. Gbogbo ọ̀nà tí oníkálukú tún wá gbà fi lókù lọ́rùn, Olúwa bá wa tẹ́ wọn sí afẹ́fẹ́ rere. Ọlọ́run adé dúró ti ẹ̀yin bàbá wa. Ìpẹ́ yín dẹ́ ilé Animashaun ní túká o, kò ní dàrú o. Àwa tàdẹ̀wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn lè sábà, tiwa náà máa tù á máa bà, tiwa náà máa dá o. Sọlọ lànà bí lè kárì.
Wonder shall never end. Àbí ológun dẹ ẹ̀yin náà ni sir, because day before yesterday I saw you with Shaki tẹ̀tún mú sàn tẹ̀ ń ṣe rí wo àyàgbó gbogbo àtọ́ ẹ̀ ọ̀là àṣetìlé sọ́lùwàlà náà bí ó wá fine lẹ́nu yín. No, that's fantastic. Ẹ tún ṣe sàlámù àlékún ó dẹ̀ dán ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún ẹni tẹ́gbìl ìyún gbọ́dọ̀ gbàgbé lé nìyẹn. Ẹ sọ.
Ọmọ bíbí ilé Sábà lèmi, àwọn tó bí mi ọmọ Sábà ni wọ́n. Mo tẹ̀ tún lọ jóyè sílé wa náà bákan náà. Inú mọ́ṣáláṣí Animashaun, ibi tí a ti kéwú ni, ibi tá a ti máa ń jókòó ṣe wúrùdì. Àwọn bàbá wa táṣọ funfun lẹ̀ báyìí láàárọ̀ tàbá kírun tán, a máa bá wọn ṣe púpọ̀ àdúrà wọn yẹn làmọ̀ la máa ń ṣe. So bí bá kéwú ní kọjá àyè mi, ọdẹ fi kọ́ wa ni, àbí bọ̀dá mi ẹ wà bí wà gbà àdúrà gbà.
Allahumma àmín. Ẹ bá mi fún ọ látẹ̀wọ́. Now another goodwill message from the representative of the Chief Imam of Lagos, Alhaji Habib Taufik Muazu, Imam Shitabe Mosque. Takbir. Falyatafaddal mashkura.
صلوا على نبي الكريم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحابه وسلم. Aki Ọlọ́run, aki Ànábì wa Muhammad. Ìkẹ́ Ọlọ́run, àánú Ọlọ́run kó máa bá Ànábì àti gbogbo àwa àlèmúmọ̀ Ànábì látòkè délẹ̀. Pẹ̀lú ìyọ̀ǹda bàbá wa, the Grand Chief Imam of Lagos State, Fadilati Sheikh Muhammad Sulaiman Oluwatoyin Abu Nala, Adamallahu ayatahu wa daulatahu, wallahu ya'simuka minan nas, wala hawla. Governor of Lagos State, tí wọ́n tún jẹ́ former minister, táwọn nìkan kó bíi méjì àbí mẹ́ta dání, tọ́lọ́hun ò ní kó yingin. Àṣé tí ò bá yingin yẹn, àṣépìnlẹ̀ náà rèé tí ò fi yingin.
Amina. Sallu ala nabiyil karim. Takbir. Ẹ ṣé gan sá. Ọlọ́run ajé ara yín pẹ́. Má pe ìyá wa Alhaja Mutiat Eninolubo for goodwill message. On behalf of all the elders and the family, Alhaja Mutiat Eninolubo. Iyawa. Ejen gbe wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ma. Àgbàlagbà ni wọ́n. Yama.
Sọlú alánàbírul kirim. Sọlú alánà. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà tẹ́ wà ń jókòó. Mo kí kábíyèsí tìlú Èkó ń bí. Mo kí gọ́vnà. Gbogbo yín ni mo kí lórúkọ ẹbí. Ẹbí náà ò ní dàrú o. Ní orúkọ àwọn board of trustees, àwọn olórí ẹbí.
Alayhi wa salam. Let's give Grandma a round of applause. Ọlọ́run ajá orin pẹ́ mà. Can you imagine? Almost at 100 plus. Look at the voice. We should jáde. Please. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lu ọ̀dọ́ wa dáadáa o. Now, goodwill message, last but not the least. I'm giving the microphone to the father of the day, a man of honor, an icon of dynamism, the retired Major General, Tajuddin Olanrewaju. Let's give him a round of applause. Tekbir! Thank you, sir. The chairman of the day. Point of correction.
Mo kí gbogbo ìjókòó wa ní ọ̀sán yìí. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà tó wà ní ìjókòó ní ibi tí mo wà yìí. Mo kí bàbá wa Eleko of Èkó tí ó wà níbí. Kò ṣe pé ó wà níbí nìkan, ó tún fi àwọn olóyè ńláńláńláńláńlá náà tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí wa. Ó dẹ̀ sọ fún mi ó ṣe máa ṣe onítàjù onímọ̀wọ́rì. Ó ní pé tóun ò bá ti wá òun náà ti wà ń bẹ náà ni ẹ káàbọ̀ sà. Mo kí yín sà. Okay, representative of the Governor of Lagos State. I'm sure mo pé bóyá iṣẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ni ò ṣe lè fi make ẹ̀ fún alẹ́ nìyí. But I do hope wípé ẹ bá ní nǹkan ṣe ń gbà mí níjọ́ mi á lè yọjú fún wa. We appreciate you for coming to represent him, and we appreciate your presence here. We have two guest speakers. These two guest speakers are from within. They are very prominent members of the Sunmonu Animashaun family, and we are very, very proud of them. Just name it, you will have it. Bashiru is an historian. He has documented anything we need to know about Baba. We don't have to live during this period. History has made it possible for all of us to know what happened in the past. And that's the reason why we have Professor Bashir Animashaun, one of us, who is going to take us through the course of Baba. Most of us never knew him then. I belong to the fourth generation, and I believe the same fourth generation with my brother, our governor, Rajiv Fashola. So, you are welcome. And he's going also to pick and talk about our state, which is Lagos State today. I'm so happy today to speak about somebody that we never knew, but we heard about. Because we are talking about something that happened 225 years ago when he was born. That is 1810. And he died in 1895. That was a period that when Baba was born was a period that was pre-colonial. It was during colonial time. It was during the census time for the first time. So everybody, including our progenitor, most of his children were counted as colonial populated citizens. That was in 1861, 1881, 1891. Bashiru, if I'm not correct, you are. You can correct me. So when we are going to be talking about Baba, we'll be talking about history. History that permits a lot of times. One, Baba was born during the time of Eshilokun. That was immediately after Oba Adele the First. When he went to exile, Eshilokun came in. Baba was born during that time. That was when Baba was born in 1810. It is this same period slave trade was on. Baba survived it. But one thing that stood in his stead was that he was a very religious person. Baba was very religious. And along with his friends, like Baba Oshodi, Doctor, you are here, you can bear me out. They brought religion to Lagos. And we are still following that tradition till today in the family. That is the colossus of his time, of his era. And that is the issue that we want to trash today. For those of us who have not heard about Baba Sunmonu, we are going to listen to what the man did, what he went through, what time he was born, what happened during his time. When I tried to research into when he was born, that was the time when I think Henry VIII or Henry IV was in power in France. So there are quite a lot of histories that was happening then. And mind you also, as at that point in time, there was nothing called Nigeria, because the amalgamation of Nigeria came in 1914. And so we are going to be talking about a man of Colossus, one, and then we want to also talk about the Lagos that he left behind, and I believe Raji is going to talk about that and take us through. So I want to join the family in welcoming everybody to sit down and listen to the story of an enigma, a colossus, an Islamic scholar, so that we can learn and take some lessons home from that. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Right.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, once a soldier, loud and clear, once a soldier, you can see the energy Baba just dropped. Ọba Akínolú ti sọ fún mi pé tóun ò bá wá òun máa rányàn wá. Sójà nìkan ló lè sọ. A round of applause for his soldier man. They are the real Lagosian. Ẹ má bínú before we continue. Nínú kí sójà ná èèyàn àbí kán fẹjọ́ èèyàn sùn àwọn àjẹ́, èwo ló dájú? Because if you want to spend 50 years, tó bá kó sọ́wọ́ sójà, wọ́n máa yọ 20 kó mẹ́. Sir, God bless you, sir. We love your energy. Right now, Ejo, if you are the owner of this car, Cerato, the plate number is KJA725. A car hit it at the back. The bumper is on the ground. Please go out and settle it. Moto konti gbalaten bombe ti jabo. Cerato KJA725. Please go there. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next program on the agenda. Lecture. But before that, the former governor of Lagos State, Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola, he is a grandchild of Animashaun family. Eba mi fun láti ẹwọ́. Baba wọn ọmọ Animashaun ni. So Animashaun family is proud of you, sir. Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún governor náà. Sir? Sir, on behalf of the family and all the affairs and the Baboloye, wọ́n kàn ní kí n ṣàdúrà kan fún yín. Ẹ bá mi ṣàdúrà yẹn. Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ọlọ́run sọ Fatiha fún Ànábì ní Mecca àti Medina. Àbí? Ó tún sọ Fatiha kalẹ̀ nílùú kan. Ṣé mo lú yẹn? Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó sọ kalẹ̀ fún àwọn bàbá wa, àwọn bàbá Sunmonu. No, relax. Ó sọ nínú gbogbo súra Fatiha nìkan lọ́lọ́run sọ kalẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì ní Mecca àti Medina. Tekbir. Ẹgbọ́n lọ́run tóbi. Ibi tí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tọ́lọ́run nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa dó wá sọ Fatiha fáwọn bàbá wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe Fatiha yẹn fún BRF. Are we ready? Ṣé mo bọ́lọ́run ṣe sọ kalẹ̀? Ẹ sọ pé Fatiha alubarika aliamudu lilahi Robili alamina arahamoni aroimi maliki yaumi dini iyaka no abudu wa iyaka no steinu idino sirantali mustekimo sirata lezino aneyamuta alehim gerili mongalubi alehim Walalino. Abashitabe. Shebe Nisa. Anokumula. KMIJT The first lecture is the next program on the agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Professor Bashir Animashaun. And the topic is Sunmonu Animashaun, a colossus of his era. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sonwo-Olu, ably represented. His Royal Majesty, Dele Kwoveko, Obarilwan Osholale Aremu Akiolu, also ably represented by the White Cap Chiefs. The Grand Chief Imam of Lagos State, His Eminence, Sheikh Sunmonu Oluwatoyin Abunola, also ably represented. Our other guest speaker, a legal luminary and administrator par excellence, former governor of Lagos State and former Minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola. There is a story that I'm going to say here, Sir, Your Excellency, before we start the lecture. The chairman of the occasion and former Minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria, General Tajuddin Olarinwaju, retired, cabinet members present, the specially invited guest, the Olori Ebi and entire descendants of Sheikh Sunmonu, Asunmo, Animashaun here present, gentlemen and women of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I say a pleasant afternoon. Actually, road morning because we're supposed to start around 11 o'clock, but a pleasant afternoon to everyone. Before I go into the details of my lecture, Your Excellency, sir, that we ever wrote anything about the Animashaun family started during the electionary campaign, sir, when you came to the Animashaun compound. Myself and Akim Animashaun, the descendant, it was a program that was actually organized as part of the mobilization. And when we got to the program, I saw a pamphlet. And I just told Hakim, wala wow. If as a teacher of history, and my family, my own family, I cannot contribute my code, and that is a problem. So whatever I wrote about the entire Sunmonu Animashaun family, whatever we have that exists today, as far as the family is concerned, actually started from that very day, sir. And to God be the glory, we have something, and we're still going to go places. This is all the line, though. For Otumba Akim Animashaun, we started a project together, sir. We went from family heads to the other. We went granting interviews, but somewhere along the line, I don't know where to put this, but nature just came calling, and the thing just was stopped. But of course, now I think we don't have a choice than to find a way to put the history of the Sunmonu Animashaun family in proper historical perspective. I've done history for other notable families in Lagos, so it's a shame on me, and I don't want to see myself as a failure. I'll see myself as a failure if, as a historian, I cannot put the history of my family in proper historical perspective. But I'm saying this before God and man and the entire family members that myself and other family members, we shall do everything humanly possible to ensure that we document the history of the family. That's a big promise, sir. Beyond formalities, I feel a great sense of duty and honor to deliver this paper on Sunmonu, Asunmo, Animashaun. A sense of duty because I have been called upon by my family and I am duty bound to respond. A sense of duty because this is one of the least obligations I hold to my progenitor. And a sense of duty because, in the words of the famous Algerian scholar Abdul Qadir Madad, when a people do not write their own history, others will do it for them in their own way. This, I believe, should be our first takeaway today as we take a glimpse into the life and times of this colossus. Ladies and gentlemen, if as a family we fail to put our history together, somebody else will write it for us in a way that it sees the family, not the way that it's supposed to be. So it's a big challenge, all of us, to see that we put the history of the Animashaun family in proper historical perspective. Yes, we have lost a number of our family members who have the memory and who have this history, but we'll still find a way to get these things done. I feel a sense of honor because there are many distinguished members within the family who are qualified to give this paper. So, To have been chosen to this task is an honor I do not take for granted. The second reason for the honor is because I have been called upon to speak about a honorable man, an eminent personality, a distinguished Lagosian, an august individual, and the progenitor of the largest family in Lagos, the Sheikh Sunmonu Asunmo Animashaun family of Ologo. Whether by coincidence or not, talks like this about this august man would always take place in August. Yet, I must also be quick to admit that my paper today is only a highlight of his life and times, a peep or a glimpse into the deep. I shall look at the circumstances of his time on him and his influence. No doubt, the times of Sunmonu made an impact on him, but Sunmonu's impact has now outlived his times. We can take this as our second lesson. Sunmonu Animashaun lived in the 19th century. His date of birth is usually reckoned to be around 1815, while he passed away in 1895. So, he lived and died in the 19th century. In the history of Yoruba land, the 19th century is usually summarized as a century of warfare. Samuel Johnson has recorded more than 50 wars fought in Yoruba land in this century. In addition to the wars, it was a century of the revolt of Afoja, the fall of the whole Oyo Empire, the establishment of new cities such as Abeokuta and Ibadan, and the advent of the British colonialists. Lagos was largely immune from the Yoruba wars, but nevertheless, Lagos had its peculiar trajectory. 19th century Lagos was a scene of the dynastic tussles, the succession tradition which allowed all members of the royal family, whether through paternal or maternal links, the right to aspire to the throne of Lagos. These indeed widened the scope of potential kings and hence potential competitors and consequently potential conflicts. Thus, in the 19th century, at least 4 significant royal battles were fought. That is, the Battle of Okolu, 1833, the Ewe Koko Battle, 1835, the Olomiro Battle, 1845, and the Ahoyaya War of 1851. More were to follow. This historical background is important that we can understand, so that we can understand Sunmonu Animashaun in the light of the millennium. As one of the co-founders of Ologo area of Lagos, Sunmonu Animashaun's industry and entrepreneurial spirit could not make him complacent. Rather, he plunged into trade, devoting his time and energy to business activities, and of course, made tremendous wealth and progress. It is important to point out that trading during this period was by trust, and that meant honesty and prompt repayment to one's creditors. During this period, goods were advanced to the traders at a given price. Sunmonu Animashaun maintained this trade contract and established posts in almost every part of Yoruba land, especially Oyo, Ijebu, Abeokuta, and Ibadan. Sunmonu Animashaun always maintained the settlement, of course, everywhere he traveled to as a merchant. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Animashaun in Oyo, Ibadan, Abeokuta, and as a matter of fact, Ekpe as well. But of course, the Oyo Ibadan Abeokuta was a product of his entrepreneurial journey. He traveled everywhere, and where he travels, he ensures that he maintains a family compound, okay, before moving to the next space. And that informs why we have some Animashaun scattered over almost all the parts of Yoruba land today. Emma Bua, Baba, sincere apologies. You know, back then, beyond his wealth, the number of wives and children also largely informs his social status and plays a very important role to determine who he was and how wealthy he was at that point in time. Sunmonu Animashaun business over land found a match in his trade of the Niger River. He was one of the very few Lagosians who took advantage of steamship services to conduct extensive business and participate in the Niger trade. Other businessmen in this category were Taiwo Olowo, William Shita, Fanny Baba, and Rebecca Phillips Johnson, amongst others. These individual traders were in stiff competition with Tolmangoldi's Royal Niger Company, which eventually drove them out in the late 1880s. The organizing abilities of Sunmonu and Animashaun contributed to the overall growth and development of Ologbo area as a co-founder and one of the early inhabitants. Before I go further, I think it's important I say this. I am still a student of history, even though I'm a professor of history. But the fact remains that Baba, in actual fact, migrated from F1 in the early 1830s. We cannot remove this from our history. That F1 served as an ancestral homeland does not mean, and I say this anywhere I go, and my progenitor, though migrated from F1, that does not remove the fact that he was not just a co-founder of Ologbo, but a very prominent and important personality who played a very important role in the social, religious, and economic development of Lagos. I make bold to say that before anybody. And to ba la Shome Eko, to ni ba on ti wa se je ko wa so fun wa. En ti baba nle ba to so, to ba play nkan idaji kan ti baba nla wa se leko ko jade ka jo wo. But we cannot remove something from our history that he migrated from F1 That is history. Ladies and gentlemen, history that we have documented is not for you and I, but for our children who are just growing up, those who are yet to be born. There is the need, and it is very important that they come to terms with the reality of history. That ọmọ Èkó ni mí tí máa ní mo wá láti Ẹ̀fọ̀n Àlàyé pé bàbá ńlá mi wá láti Ẹ̀fọ̀n Àlàyé wọ́n á ní mi sọ mi ẹni tó bá tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kó wá sọ ẹni tó bá tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹni tí bàbá ńlẹ̀ bá ṣe ìdarí nǹkan tí bàbá ńlá wá ṣe lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, let the person come out and confront us. We are Lagosians, no doubt about that, but the fact does not remove the fact that he migrated from Ẹ̀fọ̀n Àlàyé. Like I said, the organizing abilities of Sunmonu and Animashaun contributed to the overall growth and development of Ologbo as a co-founder and one of the early inhabitants. Within a very short time of his settlement in Lagos, Sunmonu and Animashaun would achieve one of the feats for which he is most widely remembered for, that is, creating a conducive atmosphere that led to the performance of the first Juma service in Lagos. I encountered someone who entered into a discussion with me. The first Jumat service is different from other normal regular salats. Yeah, it is possible that the performance of the observance of other regular salat might have taken place in other parts of Lagos before this, but the first congregational prayer took place by virtue of small Animashaun's influence within Animashaun mosques. And that remains the point of history that cannot be erased to this day. The prayer, of course, the prayer was led by Alfa Salu. Okay, consequently, Ologbo became a center of attraction, pulling together Muslims from all over Lagos. The traffic of Muslims that attend the Jumat service improved the status of Ologbo and contributed to the overall development of the area. So, we can confirm that not only did Sunmonu Animashaun help to found the Ologbo area, he also helped to develop and attract development to the area. This should be our third lesson from the Colossus. When we do a spade work or begin any project, we should nurture the fruit of our labor to its fullest bloom. The British bombardment of Lagos in 1851 and eventual annexation in 1861 were events that had political, economic, as well as socio-cultural consequences. Sunmonu Animashaun was not indifferent to the political events around him. At this stage, I would like to draw attention to bilingualism, a significant but often overlooked quality of Lagos traditional elite of the 19th century. Robert Smith stated that the contents of the Lancaster Truce between Kosoko and British was translated at first to Portuguese. But because the men on Kosoko's team understood the language and then to Yoruba, the bilingual capability of Lagos traditional elite is a significant but most often overlooked theme in Lagos history. There is no way we can write the history of Lagos, especially that which has to do with the slave trade, the introduction of slave trade, the abolition of slave trade, without acknowledging the importance of the role of the Portuguese. And as such, some indigenous Lagosians, in an attempt to engage in commercial transaction, had to learn this Portuguese language. But this is an aspect of Lagos history that has not really attracted any major research. It is still open for further research. And like I said, there is a balance of probability that Sunmonu and Animashaun was among the bilingual elite. This can be verified by further research. Sunmonu and Animashaun's devotion and contribution to Islam earned him a place, and deservedly so, as one of the respected Muslim leaders in Lagos. In this leadership role, he engaged authorities on matters of Muslim interest. Up until the advent of the colonialists, Muslims in Lagos related on equal footing with adherents of other faiths. However, colonialism tilted this balance to Muslim disadvantage. Thus, it became more imperative to secure some Muslim rights. These onus fell on Muslims in Lagos, one and all, but more on the Muslim leaders. It is within this context that we can have a better understanding of the famous petition of Muslims in Lagos for Islamic law courts to adjudicate in Muslim civil cases. The petition was dated the 6th of Muharram, 1312 AH, corresponding to 10 July 1894. It was signed on behalf of Muslims in Lagos by Sunmonu and Animashaun and other leaders such as Muhammad Shita Bey, Yusufu Shita, Al-Imam Ibrahim, and Hamad Tijani. The prayer in the petition was that Muslims in Lagos should be judged in regard to their civil rights and grievances according to the law and usages of their own faith. Specifically, Sunmonu and Animashaun and other petitioners were concerned about matters such as legal status of Muslim marriages, the rights of Muslim children, the manner and mode in which property and estates of deceased Muslims would naturally devolve into the Sharia and other civil cases. At the popular level, the letter received wide publicity in Lagos as it was published by Lagos Weekly Record of 28 July 1894. In scholarly circles, the letter is the basis of A.K. Makinde and P. Ostein's work, Legal Pluralism in Colonial Lagos. Earlier, T.G. Ogbadamosi had reproduced the letter in full in his work, The Growth of Islam Among the Yoruba. The colonial government considered the petition, but not much was done. Sadly, Sunmonu and Animashaun and Muhammad Shita Bey died the following year, 1895. Today, 130 years after the petition, 131 years after the petition, we need to examine if the prayers of the petitioners to have Muslim court adjudicate in civil cases have been answered. It is a no. The family, that is the Animashaun family, as well as other notable Muslim family in Lagos, can choose to act with others for Muslim law courts to be established in Lagos. We should do this not because our progenitor was among the pioneer petitioners, but because it is the proper and just thing to do. As indicated, Sunmonu and Animashaun lived in a Lagos that was fast changing. One of the most significant changes was land tenure. At the beginning of the 19th century, land in Lagos was communally owned or owned by some indigenous families. However, By the middle of the century, individual ownership also became common. Marvin Tew and A.G. Hopkins argued that the concept of individual ownership of land began to take hold after the Cession Treaty in 1861. Indeed, Hopkins' main argument was that the evolution of land market was a cause and consequences of annexation. Gentlemen and ladies, and distinguished guests, before the 1861 Cession Treaty of Lagos, land was communally owned. The Dejo chiefs served as administrators over land, and they were the landowners. Their being landowners was a product of their earliest occupation of Lagos, and they exercised independent authority over lands in Lagos for and on behalf of their families. However, as a result of the advent of the colonialists, there was a redefinition in land administration and allocation. This informed the advent of private land ownership in Lagos. In essence, private land ownership in Lagos became the order of the day as a result of the British annexation of Lagos in 1861. According to Hopkins, records at the Lagos Lands Office date from 1862, while Tew was more specific, asserting that one of the earliest sales of land recorded in land registry at Lagos has a deed of conveyance dated 14th April 1862. Indeed, according to this record, a certain Fashaye sold a piece of land at Faji area of Lagos for 19 bags of cowries to one Joseph Way. It means from the records, the first major recorded land transaction was between Fashaye, okay, which took place at Okofaji, and this was for 19 bags of cowrie. On his part, Sunmonu and Animashaun took advantage of the opportunities for private land ownership provided by the Crown grants, especially between 1869 and 1876, by obtaining 7 Crown grants. Similarly, he purchased about 30 additional plots in Lagos between 1868 and 1893. He had, in addition, 4 plots of land along Broad Street, 1 at Itolo facing the lagoon, and 4 at Ebute Meta. He also had valuable farmland both in the colony and the interior, especially near Abeokuta and Ilorin. Don't forget that I say was a businessman who travels around. Sunmonu and Animashaun and Taiwo Olowo were reputed as 2 of the largest land-owning individuals in Lagos. A point should be made: Sunmonu's acquisition of land was purposeful and essentially to house his large family and other dependents. Though, a few years after his death, Lagos entered a new phase when the commercial prospect of land became acknowledged. Sunmonu and Animashaun's land holdings can be gleaned from his will. Our lesson here is that Sunmonu and Animashaun took responsibility for his large family. He bequeathed to them physical and attitudinal legacies, that is, talking about landed properties and commitment to responsibilities. Sunmonu's political status was influenced by his economic independence and religious leadership. At the time, he was offered an Iga by the Oba, but he declined, preferring instead his commitment to the Islamic faith. Sunmonu and Animashaun was reputed to have married several wives, but the first one to have a child for him was Madam Abusetu Ashabi Obisheson, the first child of the great Iban hunter and native doctor, popularly called Ode Akperi. This was because of his prowess in hunting elephants and wild animals in and around the thick forest of Ibadan. Sunmonu and Animashaun's marriage to Pa Obisheson's daughter was to further enhance his business establishment in Ibadan. He was reputed as one of the pioneer contractors who took part in the emergency building system known as Bagimole Kodile near Ibadan Railway. This development today culminated into what is known as Gbagi community in Ibadan today. Sunmonu's philanthropy was impressive and legendary. It was benevolent, gracious, and accommodating. This explains why many people were willing to be associated with him. I should say this. Why Sunmonu Animashaun has his own biological children, some other members of the community adopted that name by virtue of communal affinity and not true blood relation. So we have some Animashaun, and this remains history. Like I said earlier, we cannot shy away from the truth. It sounds a bit awkward, but the truth remains that while Sunmonu has his own biological children, some other members of the community also adopted that name, not because they were his children, but based on communal and religious affinity as a result of his philanthropy. This explains why many people were willing to be associated with him. Indeed, his generosity earned him the name Animashaun, literally, one who does not withhold from giving what he has. That is, a cheerful giver. This name soon became his surname, the surname by which his children were known, and the surname by which his descendants recognized one another. I am Bashir Animashaun. That name Animashaun was not actually Sunmonu's surname. It was a name that was added to his name as a result of generosity. Because he was a cheerful giver, it was adopted and became the name till date. We can still confirm this from history. The tens of thousands of people who bear Animashaun hold their name to philanthropic gestures of that colossus, Sunmonu, Asunmo, Animashaun. This is a lesson in itself. Sunmonu Animashaun died on the 21st of August 1895 and was one of the first sets of prominent Lagosians to be buried at Okesuno Muslim Cemetery in Lagos. At the time of his death, he was survived by several wives and about 53 children. Some of these children died without any children. Those with children constitute the 42 branches that we have today. The life of Sunmonu Animashaun provides a never-ending lessons for succeeding generations. He was a man who was devoted to his cause, a man who had the courage of his convictions, and a man who was diligent and resilient. He was a man who could walk with kings without losing a common touch. A man who could talk with the crowd and keep his virtue. He left behind a legacy of industry, hard work, religious devotion, philanthropy, commitment to family, responsibility to society, and chivalry. A legacy that has outlived its times. What is left for us is to prove worthy heirs of this great ancestor. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude this paper, I wish to request that we all have a duty as a member of this family to put the family history in proper historical. I cannot do it alone as a professional historian. Otuma cannot do it alone as an individual. It is supposed to be a collective responsibility. We have those who have information. We cannot document history without facts, without information. I'm using this opportunity to appeal to each and every one of us to see the writing of the history of the Sunmonu Asunmo Animashaun family of Ologbo as a duty that we all owe this man, our progenitor. He has played his part, no doubt. It is now left to us to see how well we can put his history in proper historical perspective. This is just a glimpse. We have more. We can still do more. On this note, I wish to express my gratitude for the privilege to deliver this paper about the life and the living of our patriarch, Sunmonu Asunmo Animashaun. And like we say in academia, let the discussion continue. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wow. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please let's put hands together one more time for the professor. Thank you. Ní kúkúrú èdè gbogbo òyìnbó yẹn, àwọn sọ fún wa pé bàbá wa Sunmonu MTN ni wọ́n everywhere you Ìbàdàn everywhere you Abẹ́òkúta Ọ̀ṣun round Nigeria Sunmonu Animashaun MTN everywhere you. God bless you. Wọ́n ní tá ń tó gbé náà ojú ẹkùn láì ṣàwọn pé à ń ṣọmọ Èkó olówó gbowó èwo lè wo àtọ̀tẹ̀kùn àtọ̀rẹ́kùn òkèrè ló ti máa dúnàdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Thank you very much. God bless you. Before the second lecture, please, if you are the owner of all this vehicle, please go and repark. Lexus 350. The plate number BDG 262GH. Motor ele to your side mirror. If you are the owner of this Cerato Timo KJA 725, born by Loyo, motor con reverse look back. Please go and settle the case. And if you are the owner of this motor, the name of the car is not there, but the plate number BDG 26GA. Only lay park the motor governor and unlock my on Jotaya Elo repark. The last one, KJA 725BG. Side mirror glass there, on wineness, okay. So please go there and check it. Thank you. Right now, before the second lecture, Animashaun family is not a small family. Ebin Lani. So I will invite to the stage Aremu Onilu Oba of Lagos for 5-minute entertainment. Láti lulu, láti kí gbogbo ẹbí Animashaun kórí gbogbo wa wú. Ẹjọ́ tí wọ́n bá ti ṣe tán kó máa wọlé bọ̀. Aremu Onilu Oba of Lagos. Ẹ bá wa pàtẹ́wọ́ fún wọn. Ẹjọ́ gbogbo ọmọ Animashaun, ọ̀rẹ́ Animashaun, àna Animashaun. Tán bá ti ń lulu tó ń kí wa, ẹ jẹ́ á appreciate wọn. That is all. Aremu Onilu Oba. Before that, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to invite to the high table, talk of the town, the retired, oh my God, the retired Navy Commando, Mr. Talk of the town, man of everybody, the true Lagosian, the real Lagosian. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please, let's put our hands together for Bode George. Fantabulous. Sir, you look like a newborn baby. Uskin glow. Bode George. Bode George. Yeah. We have retired Major General, Army, Soldier, retired Navy. Representative of DIG is here. The former Commissioner of Police is there. Barrister, Justice, and Babalawo Ambi, and lawyer of Lagos. Chief Imam is here. Kiletun Fenu Mbi Animashaun tí ó sì. Tell me. Have your seat, sir. And Teba Mokemo, the former governor of Lagos State, the former minister of Works and Housing and Power, Aromodoma Animashaun, PRF, Bode George. Have your seat, sir. Before the entertainment, please, I would love to recognize the presence of the former supervisor of Agric in Lagos Island Local Government, Honorable Ibrahim Daudu. God bless you. And also, Comrade Alaba Animashaun, the Secretary of NRW in Lagos Island. You are highly welcome. God bless you. The CEO, Island Heritage Entertainment. And also, Mr. Aroma Shodun, God bless you. Koyum, Animashaun, God bless you too. Mr. Koyum. Oh, Bavariano, thank you. And also, the ex-aide to the governor on Home Affairs is an affair. God bless you, sir. The tallest, a man nobody can push. The finest ex-aide to the governor, Honorable Jebe Tekwir Aremonilu, over to you.
Hello.
I appreciate one. About in Lulu, yeah.
Ìlàṣẹ ta pọ̀ báwọn yìí o, ìrántí Àjàdí o. Àjàdí adé, Àsunmọ́ mi tó lọ sọ́run, ìrántí Àjàdí o. Animashaun o, ìjìlú Èkó ń bí Alájàdí. Àsunmọ́ rẹ̀ gbá bàbá wa tó jáde láyé. Ọlọ́run kò délẹ̀ fún Àsunmọ́ Àjàdí adé. Eré yìí la wá ṣe, ọmọ Animashaun. Ẹyẹ yìí la wá wò, ọmọ Animashaun. Eré yìí la wá ṣe, ọmọ Animashaun. Ẹyẹ yìí la wá wò. Eré yìí la wá ṣe, Àkànní ọmọ Animashaun. Ẹyẹ yìí la wá wò, ọmọ Animashaun. Eré yìí la wá ṣe, ẹyẹ yìí la wá wò. Ẹ dákun bó ní pélé bá ń rojú o. Rájí Fáṣọlá bó ní pélé bá rojú sẹ́. Ọmọ Ibrahima tá a wíre o. Orí ò gbọ́dọ̀ fọlọ́la. Bó ní pélé bá ń rojú o. Alábàjá fàmárà. Bó ní pélé bá ń rojú o. Alábàjá fàmárà. Rámọ̀ tá a wíre o. Rájí Fáṣọlá o, orí ogbó. Ọmọ Bùrámọ̀ mi Àkànní o. Àkótó ọkọ Manuela ara gbogbo. Òun làdán fi rọ. Eré yìí la wá ṣe, ẹ dákun ẹyẹ yìí la wá wò. Eré yìí la wá ṣe, ẹyẹ yìí la wá wò. Eré yìí la wá ṣe, ẹyẹ yìí la wá wò. Kí ló ṣe wẹ̀wẹ̀ tá ò ríra mọ́ ọmọ apẹ̀rẹ̀? Kí ló ṣe wẹ̀wẹ̀ tá ò ríra mọ́? Àkàndé ń jó jẹ lílì mi. Ibi ni mo gbé tira láàjì tó ń fi jó. Orò ilé bàbá kò ró ṣe. Kò ní sùn ẹ ṣe Àkàndé adé. Kí ló ṣe wẹ̀wẹ̀ tá ò ríra mọ́? Àwọn ọmọdé wẹ́rẹ́ sọmọ wọn lọ́wọ́. Àwọn fòjé gbòǹgbò sọmọ wọn lẹ́sẹ̀. Orí ló ṣe ẹrántí bàbá. Orí ló ṣe yìí ó tẹrántí òkú ọ̀run. Àmà ti ríra wa ọjọ́ mà ti pẹ́. Àbá ríra wa tó bá fi pọ́gbọ̀n oṣù. Àní bàbá ti kú o, àbùṣebùṣe. Kí ló ṣe tẹ́ ẹ̀jọ́ ọmọ apẹ̀rin? Àní kí ló ṣe tẹ́ ẹ̀jọ́ ọmọ apẹ̀rin? Àní kí ló ọmọ apẹ̀rin? Ọmọ máa jọ lágbé aládé. aládé ọmọ máa jọ. Aládé ọmọ máa jọ lágbé aládé o.
aládé ọmọ máa jọ lágbé.
ẹ jọ̀wọ́ dájú dín ní aládé ọmọ adúyẹ kí ni o. aládé adé o wa aládé láyò ó máa yá. àníṣe kí ló ṣe wẹ̀wẹ̀ tá ò rí ẹ́. kí ló ṣe wẹ̀wẹ̀ tá ò ríra mọ́. ẹ̀yin ọmọ Animashaun ẹ kú ìnáwó. bá a ríra wa tó bá fi gbọ́gbọ̀n oṣù. bá ti kú o àbùṣebùṣe. ẹ dákun bí mo bá lówó bí Animashaun. àbí mo bá lówó lọ́wọ́ ṣe bí Animashaun. ọlọ́run lọ máa ra tí ń bá fowó dá.
bí
mo bá lówó
bí Animashaun.
àníṣe bí mo bá lówó
bí Animashaun.
ọlọ́run ló máa ra tí ń bá fowó dá. wọ́n gbé gbá òyìn o ìgbà òyìn ní gbogbo wọn gbé pátápátá wọ́n gbé gbá òyìn o
ìgbà òyìn náà.
àwọn tòkù fada.
wọ́n gbé gbá òyìn o ìgbà òyìn náà.
wọ́n ṣèrántí Asunmo Ẹ̀gbá 130.
wọ́n gbé gbá òyìn o ìgbà òyìn náà.
ẹ tún gbé yẹn dúró ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ láwọ̀ ẹ̀rẹ̀bẹ̀. Asunmo Ẹ̀gbá ẹ̀rẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀bẹ̀. ọmọ Animashaun owó lè lẹ̀ ń lò ẹ ò máa yáwó fi ṣe o. Animashaun ẹ kú náwó. ẹ máa kú ìnáwó èní. láwẹ́rẹ́bẹ̀. owó lè lẹ̀ lò ẹ ò máa yáwó fi ṣe o. báńkì. Asunmo Ẹ̀gbá. ó dá mi lójú bẹ́kùn kú lọ nígbó. àríléṣeré ó dá mi lójú bẹ́kùn kú lọ nígbó. kì í ṣolúbe olúbe kì í ṣolúbe ló máa bẹ́kùn ní bùbá àfẹ́rànkó tó máa tẹ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí o bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí o Asunmo tí wọ́n yàtọ̀ aró ló ń ṣọkọ aṣọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí o Bọ̀dé George bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí òwe Asunmo tí wá yàtọ̀ a kò màmá sí ohun tó wà ní kọ̀rọ̀ o Bọ̀dé George mi mo ní kò sí ohun tó wà ní kọ̀rọ̀ o Bọ̀dé George kò sí ohun tó wà ní kọ̀rọ̀ Ìbílọ́lá wọ́n sáré iwájú wọ́n sáré iwájú wọ́n sàsẹ́yìn wọ́n sáré iwájú Ìbílọ́lá o wọ́n sàsẹ́yìn ṣe bí pàbó ló jẹ́ kélé ti gbé wọn àwọn ọlọ́tẹ̀ kélégbé àbíyó kélégbé àríléṣeré kélégbé àbíyó kélégbé àbíyó pé ó wà wọ́n ń bá wa lérí àwa sì kú fàdà o wọ́n ń bá wa lérí a ti ṣe rántí fàdà o kélégbé kélégbé àbí ògbé o.
Thank you. Eshe. Thank you very much. Àṣẹ yìí yá yìí, àṣẹ wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹja àjókòó, please go back to your seat, everybody. Ẹja padà sórí chair ẹjọ́, everybody. Go back to your seat. Please, if you don't have any business on stage, please leave. Ẹja lọ jókòó ẹjọ́ gbogbo wa torí tọ́lọ́run. Àrẹ̀mú onílù, thank you very much. Ẹ ṣé, ẹ dá wa lára yá. Bọ́ Àrẹ̀mú, ẹ máa fún mi ní iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń lò yẹn o. Thank you. Please, ẹja lọ jókòó torí tọ́lọ́run. Please, everybody go back to your seat. Hello, photographer, you can do that later, please. Let's focus. No time. By 2 o'clock, we are rounding up, please. Alaja. Hello. Ejo, hello, Joko, please. Everybody, please. Alaja, ba so fun ọkọ Joko, please. Thank you. Tẹ́ bá gbádùn Àrẹ̀mú nílùú, ẹ bá mi fún ọ látẹ̀wọ́. Animashaun family, give him a round of applause. My governor, sir, you are wonderful. I'm thinking maybe I should sing for you. Àrẹ̀mú kò débi ó gbéṣẹ́ wá, ó palẹ̀ mọ́ lọ fẹ̀. And I've been shouting here since morning. Rajiva Shola ló ń bọ̀ yìí o, ló ń bọ̀ yìí o. Tewé tagbẹ́ jáde wá wo ẹni tá ń wí. Wẹ̀yìn wo gbé sóhun lélẹ̀. Sir, I will be rewarded. Me, Morinko. I don't have backup, can you imagine? No problem. I trust my governor. Baba Dada. Man of honor, man of integrity. In fact, the man that changed the lifestyle of Lagos State. The one and only man that turned Lagos State to a mega city. How come me ọmọ tí ò ní ìyá tí ò ní bàbá tó ní ṣàánú mi lẹ́ni? Kí ló dé tẹ̀ ṣe à? All right now, ladies and gentlemen. The next program on the agenda, we are moving on to the second lecture. We all know the topic. Topic is Lagos yesterday, today, tomorrow. The challenge of the challenge of who is the mega city? Who is the man? Who is the man that changed Lagos State? Who is the man that take Lagos State to the next level? Who is the man that remained the Messiah of Lagos State? Who is the man that have given so much to remember in Lagos State? It's hard to forget someone who gives you so much to remember. The former governor of Lagos State, the former minister for works, housing, and power. He has given so much to remember in Lagos State. And we will never forget you. Can you please make some noise for the former governor? A 1,000 Bosa for Fashola. Bosa, 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 we love you. Can you please, let's give him a standing ovation. He is a son, if you don't forget. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Man of honor, man of integrity. Photographer, I'm here with governor, if in case you don't know. Yes, it's working, sir. Yes, sir. Take. I want you to snap me, sir. So that they can know that I'm with you. Just do the snap. That is governor that do the Wow. On pada tele mi debi. Just press it, sir. I want Yes. Just press. Yes. 1, 2, 3. After your speech, we now do video. Then after the video, you know now. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. I greet everybody here who have all been recognized in the most worthy greeting by saying Salamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Well, just before I was asked to come to the microphone, two big events happened. The first was the very well-delivered speech based on deep historical research by Professor Bashir Animashaun, to whom I say that we owe a very big debt of gratitude. And your applause will only be as big as how grateful we feel to him for all the good work that he has done and he has committed to continue to do so that the family tree can be fully reconfigured. So I knew that it was going to be a tough act to follow a professor, because I had only a first degree. I really didn't like school. So, you're laughing, but it's true. That's a story for another day. But just as I was hoping that, okay, I will marshal my legal skills to get myself heard after a professor has spoken, then the drums came. And the master of ceremony said 5 minutes. I said, it's not possible. When you release the spirit of Lagos, the folklore of Lagos, you will see two generals nodding to themselves, and you will think that there was nothing under their khakis. But one bolu, one their mojo. And I saw them communicating. But that is another part of us. And I believe that for the historians in the house, you see, I knew it was always going to be difficult after all that dance. But for the historians amongst us, one thing just occurred to me, whether we have even documented the history of the drums. And it's a very, very important history to also document. Because there is history that tells us that at one time in our struggle for independence, the colonialists, people call them colonial masters. I don't recognize them as colonial masters. I just recognize them as colonialists, adventurers and land grabbers. They are not my master. So, but the colonialists banned drums because they realized that we could communicate through them. And one of the things I found always interesting is that no matter how big the audience was, the talking drum did not require a microphone to be heard. You would hear it loud and clear. But before I go off my subject, let me commend all of us, congratulate all of us as descendants of the late Sunmonu Asunmo Animashaun, as we commendably decide again to continue to honor his very illustrious memory by hosting this symposium. As you have heard from the MC and the general, I am not a guest in this gathering. I am family. And everywhere you scratch beneath the surface of the Animashaun, you will find the layer of the fashola, and where you scratch beneath the surface of the Animashaun and the fasholas, you will find the other layer. But I join the speakers before me who have said, well, General said so, and so I believe did Prof, that we were not here when he was here. So I am grateful to them for asking me to speak about Lagos, not about him, because I would have not had an answer. But Prof has provided some depth about a subject I would have no competence to address, because when he traversed this famous island, many of us were not here. But even in the hall that we gather inside history, the Glover Memorial Hall. That itself is another story. But I have undertaken some brief study about our subject. And I think it is instructive to share some parts of his life. Again, Prof has stolen my thunder. And I see that my aunt just came in, Ekaboma. Because his history is so woven into the larger history, not only of Lagos, but of our country, Nigeria. So I propose to start by just sharing some snippets of his life, Sheikh Asunmo's life, as I picked it from one Shion Oyeweso. And I'm quoting what this historian said about Sheikh Sunmonu. He said, quote, Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun belonged to the group of migrant traders who not only explored the opportunity Lagos had to offer, but also sought to develop the commercial town. Sheikh Asunmo was born at F1 in Ekiti in 1815. That much has been affirmed by Professor Bashir Animashaun. He migrated to Lagos and settled at Ologbo area of Lagos in 1836 during the reign of Oba Oluwole, and so on and so forth. But what is instructive here was that the fall of the old Oyo Empire created a security gap. I think that's part of the point I want to raise. An empire fell, there was security problem. And there were wars. And this led to the emergence of private warriors and mercenaries who profited from warfare and slave trade in Yoruba land. The situation was worsened by the invading forces of the Fulani jihadists from Sokoto with their outposts in Ilorin. Due to the protective topography, the refugees from Old Oyo moved to Ijesha, Ekiti, Ife, and Egba territories. Hence, the influx of migrants from Yoruba hinterland to Lagos before the middle of the 19th century could be attributed to the relative peace in the island. End of quote. And I think a few things to be unpacked from that quotation. Conflict, insecurity, and people moving to safety. Is that something we connect with today? Does it resonate? Because we still have those challenges. And that is the first point I wish to make. Like yesterday, like today, and perhaps like tomorrow, who knows? So as we shall observe, therefore, conflict, trade, and migrations are not new to the territory that has now become the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because all of these places then, Oyo, Abeokuta, and so on, Ekiti, Ife, existed as indigenous places before 1914. So there was no Nigeria there. But these communities have later formed the whole of what we now assert is our country. But they had all the problems that our country still deals with today. And I think we should remember that because it is important. But it is all of that conflicts that have constituted the rich mixture from which many of the component parts of Nigeria, especially Lagos, have been built. So in spite of that conflict, all of these places were merged together to form our country. So the lesson in history is simply that nothing is new except us, the people. If Asunmo did not surrender to those conflicts, but instead found ways to thrive in spite of them, we too must gird our loins and make lemonade from our lemons. So as difficult as things may be, Asunmo could have surrendered and we won't be here. But he did not. There were conflicts then, there were wars, there was insecurity. But he did not surrender, so we must not surrender. So the topic which has been chosen for me, as you have heard, is Lagos yesterday, today, tomorrow, and the challenges of a mega city. This appears to me to be an invitation to review, but certainly not to rewrite the well-documented history of Lagos, a coastal, modern city-state that started life as a trading settlement and a kingdom. So we must not forget that. Lagos has been many things before it became a state. So just in attempting to review this history, I am going to lean on three people because they've done a lot of work. And I'm sure that people we all know. One of them is Alhaji Senator H.A.B. Fasiro, now of blessed memory. He left us a wonderful book about Lagos. The other is my uncle, Alhaji Lateef Olufemi Okunu, SANCON, who is still very much with us, who has also contributed several books about our heritage. And the third, of course, is my very good friend, Shuposhashore SAN, who has also written extensively about Lagos. So I start with the yesterday part of my topic. So I'm speaking about yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So let us look at the yesterday. And I ask, who or what is Lagos? Who are the people? And what are their origins? Because that's interesting about yesterday. So in this respect, I will go first to Alhaji Fasiro, who I will now simply and very respectfully refer to simply as Fasiro, just for the purpose of time. He wrote a book called The Political and Cultural Perspectives of Lagos. And let me just quote what he said. History had it that the first known settlement in the neighborhood before Lagos was Isheri along the Ogun River. The head of the settlement was known as Ogunfunminire. The god of Ogunfunminire, the god of iron, has given me something good. And he was later better known as Agbodere. His title was Olofin. Olofin was a title used by powerful people of those days. The Olofins were more than one, and Olofin was most probably a title which leaders of the people of those days chose to bear. This was between 1400 and 1550. The children of Olofin, and this is the important part, the children of Olofin were the landowners in Lagos, exercising full sovereignty over their land. They were known as the Dejors. The class has experienced some changes in nomenclature over time. They were referred to as the Dejo chiefs, especially since the 18th century. But since the second half of the 20th century, about half have claimed successfully the resuscitation and the restoration of the title of Oba of Lagos. End of quote. This is not me. This is Alhaji Fasiro. Now I go to Shupo Shashore, who says, quote, in his book Possessed, A History of Law and Justice in the Crown Colony of Lagos, 1861 to 1906. Quote, it was the need to harness the resources of Lagos that led to its amalgamation with the Southern Protectorate. And it was the absence of funds, please listen to this part, the absence of funds to operate the Northern Protectorate that was the justification for the creation of Nigeria by amalgamation. In order, it will appear, to run the whole country with resources from Lagos. The current financial viability of Lagos is historic. It is not accidental. End of quote. Truly, I am convinced that with passionate and commitment management, Eko ni baje, Lagos will continue to prosper, and so on and so forth. That part is instructive because I was privileged to see the copy of the memo that Lugard sent to Her Majesty the Queen in Council, seeking approval to amalgamate all of the territories now known as Nigeria. And the foundational reason was that there was no money. The only place that had money was Lagos. And that the only justification to spend Lagos's money outside of the territory of Lagos was to merge it. So for those who have tried to revise history, that their money was used to do this and all of that, nothing can be further from the truth. This was a prosperous island for a long time. Now, the third point made by Alhaji Olufemi Okunu, SAN, who I will simply call very respectfully Okunu for management of time, is in his book Contemporary State Land Matters in Nigeria, The Case of Lagos State, in the 3rd edition. And I quote him, early history of Lagos, Eko, as the inhabitants still call their island. So remember that, is the island that was Eko. Early history had it that Olofin, who first settled in Ido, had 32 children. Some of them, like Ojora, Onikoyi, adopted. The children included Olumegmo, Aromire, Oloto, Oluwa, Oniru, Onisiwo, Onitolo, Onitono, and Elegushi. Children of the Olofin were landowners in Lagos, exercising full sovereignty over their lands. Please remember that. They belonged to the class of chiefs known as the Dejo. The Aromire chieftaincy family were the original owners of large parcels of land on Lagos Island, including Igadugoron, which was given to the first Oba of Lagos, Oba Ado. The Onirus owned Victoria Island, acquired by public acquisition 60 years ago. The Oluwas obtained compensation for the acquisition of Apapa. The Olumegbos own Aja, and the Ojoras own Ijora. A healthy summary of all of these views, not my own views, views of experts, is that the origins of Lagos is not shrouded in any mystery, except that which revisionists may seek to create. Without any doubt at all, the Aworis are the proprietors of these islands. No doubt about that. The land is not a no man's land, as some people have sought to contend. On the contrary, the Oba and the Idejo chiefs, whose descendants exist till today, indubitably own these lands. When you talk of Onikoyi, Oniru, Ojora, Elegushi, and many more referred to by Fasero and Okunu as the Idejo, you are talking about the joint and several owners of all the land that make up Lagos. Let me be very clear now, and this is where I seek to make the distinction. I speak of the Lagos that I'm talking about is not Lagos State, because they are different. So that we don't get confused. Lagos and Lagos State are two different entities. The latter has assumed control of the former. The former is the original area of land and island surrounded by water, a kingdom in its own right, later taken over and possessed, according to Shashore, by the British government on the 6th of August 1861 by an act of consular coercion, fueled by opportunities for trade offered by her proximity to the Atlantic Ocean. I've said before, this land was rich. Most of its wealth came from its proximity to the ocean and the trade that it attracted from a long time ago. Indeed, from time immemorial, the focus has been on her land, of which she certainly has very little. But I think it is her surrounding waters which has brought Lagos her fame, which has brought Lagos her troubles, and which have also brought her prosperity, perhaps all in equal measure. And that must be the object of focus. It is the trade offered by her waters that make her a worthy destination for business. As I mentioned I wrote the foreword to Shashore's book, Possess. I said there that the financial viability of Lagos is historic. It is not accidental. Therefore, her transformation from Lagos, the island, and kingdom, colony, and capital, to Lagos, the state, on the 27th of May, 1967, by decree number 14 of 1967, cannot be divorced from her prosperity and her evolution. That action expanded her boundaries extensively to places like Ikeja, Ikorodu, and of course Ekpe, which hitherto were parts of the western region of Nigeria. And some of the people who did that thing were dancing here in Agbada, but then they used to wear khaki. Two of them are behind me. So from this review of Lagos of yesterday, I think that we can see the seeds and the making of the megacity. Where did the megacity come from? So it just used to have a population of 60,000 people in the 19th century. Until looked up, it was just 60,000 in the 19th century. She evolved to 5 million people in the 20th century. And is now reckoned to host over 21 million people in the 21st century. So as we reflect on Lagos today, we can see that the population exploded as a result of migration and the search for opportunities. It was just the land where people came and it happened for them. And you could not stop them from coming. Some have arrived last night. Some have come this morning. And some are coming tonight. And long may it continue. Kò ní gbẹ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Therefore, to those who have no original connection by ancestry to Lagos, the island, the kingdom, and the colony on the one hand, Or to Lagos State, on the other hand, I say to you, ask yourselves, what brings you here? So, and I say that I doubt that it is merely our food, neither is it our fashion. But I venture to suggest that it is more likely the opportunities that these lands offer for prosperity. And if that be the case, that this is a place of opportunity and prosperity, is it a place you want to denigrate? Is it a place you want to destroy? I then draw a comparison with coastal and famous cities like Rio de Janeiro, with London and New York. They face the same or similar problems in different ways because of migrations and opportunities. As we are speaking today, some people are trying to cross the Mediterranean too, trying to get to Spain, trying to get to Lampedusa, trying to get to coastal cities across the world. This story will not end. As it was true for Asunmo, who migrated here, so many people will continue to migrate. So like those places, Lagos has also benefited from the skills, the talent, and the entrepreneurship of immigrant human capital. Let nobody take that away. Those who came here have added value to us in no small way. They have contributed to our development. And they have also come to us, in some cases, at a cost. We have had to pay. So it has been a mixed relationship. And I say that at the micro level, the identity of the indigenous population is threatened. Not perhaps unlike that of the original New Yorkers or the original Londoners. So if you walk the streets of London today, who is the original Londoner? Because you will see many people who will greet you, Bobo Karo, and those are the languages that dominate the heartland of London today and New York. And so, as it is true there, it is true here. And the point I then make is that apart from threatening the identity of the local population, at the macro level, huge populations of up to and over 10 million have resulted in classifications known as that of mega city. Now that is our bus stop. We have become what? A mega city. From when? 60,000 people originally. And then migrants started coming in, bringing their skills, bringing their opportunity, taking the blessings and the benefits that this land has to offer, and asking more people to come. And so, international global organizations started classifying cities. They saw that there was a rapid rural-urban migration that has taken place more than in the last 50 years, more than in the history of human civilization. More people have moved to cities. So they started classifying cities, and they came up with the classification mega city. And who are mega cities? Any city that has 10 million people and above. So that's how Lagos became a mega city, not because Fashola called it a mega city. So it's a global classification. It's like joining a club of 10 million and more. Then that's how we became mega cities. So cities like London, Tokyo, New York, Rio are mega cities. That's a club that Lagos is. Now, with a mega status comes mega problems. You understand that? The bigger the head, the bigger the filler. And perhaps sometimes the bigger the headache. And this takes me then to the last part, perhaps, of my topic. So I've talked about yesterday, today, and all of that. So the challenges of a megacity, what are they? So inherent in these challenges of a megacity is scarcity. Scarcity is inherent. More people looking for limited things. So limitation of resources such as land, water, and other essentials that are required to sustain life and cope with the needs of a growing population. Those are the problems and challenges that a megacity will face. Scarcity, I say, then leads to a scramble. People start to rush. Consequently, human reactions, if they are not regulated efficiently by law, will lead to conflict. Hello? So scarcity, scramble. Then if we don't behave ourselves, what? Conflict. I want this thing, you can't have it. I too want it, but it's not enough. Let us share it. No, I want to take it. If law does not step in, conflict will start. And sometimes violent conduct. So demand for land and some of the problems sometimes associated with it is best conveyed by the simple word omonile. Are we familiar with that word? What does it remind us of? Is it a nice thing? It summarizes that conflict, that scramble for land. And it has assumed an euphemism that when we want to refer to disputed, conflicted land, we refer to omonile land. Not so. That's one of the challenges a megacity has to deal with. So Lagos has responded in many ways. We have responded by digitizing the land in the registry. That started during the time of my predecessor, Governor Tinubu, now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it continued during my own tenure to regulate real estate transactions, but the work does not end because the problems do not end. So it continues because more migrants are arriving. I recall when I was governor, one famous artist called me and said he was having problems getting a seal of consent to one land he had bought in Banana Island. And I wondered, you have Banana Island? He said, I have Banana Island. I also have Park View. Say, but I came to Lagos in this year. I came on a night bus with only my shirt. But he's now a property owner in our prime real estate. And many are coming in. Many have just made their millions as we are speaking today, and they are now looking to buy land. And you know the funny thing, apart from sand filling to reclaim land, land really doesn't expand. So that's one problem. When we see cart pushers seeking to dispose waste, they are not only looking for survival opportunities, they are the unlawful responses to the challenges of waste management that come in spite of the efforts of LOMA and the PSP waste managers who operate with government license. Again, that's another problem. Waste management, because our numbers have simply increased. We are generating more waste because we are consuming a lot. Those who remember the first mainland bridge, it is more popularly known as Carter Bridge, built during, I believe, the time of Governor Gilbert Carter. And the second mainland bridge, which is the Eco Bridge, built during the time of General Gowon, when Alhaji Okunu was Federal Commissioner for Works. And the third mainland bridge started during the time of Gowon and completed in the administration of President Babangida. If you remember those projects, and if you remember the restriction of vehicles with odd and even numbers in Lagos to operate Monday, Wednesday, Friday for odd number, and Tuesday and Thursday These are some of the early responses to traffic congestion and vehicular movement and commuting that a megacity faces because of large population. Like New York, London and other megacities have invested in intracity rail systems. Lagos has also now launched the BRT after our experimentation with the Oshodi Transport, the Zapas and the LMTS, Lagos Municipal Transport Service, but the problem continues. London, in spite of its vast transport infrastructure, has had to introduce a congestion charge just to keep people out of the city center. Now the congestion charge is being paid, but has the congestion gone away? So, in the same way, we have also embraced the blue line and the red line, and I hear more is coming, because at the time there were 7 rail lines on the master plan, but 2 have been developed. But these are the challenges of a megacity. More people, more challenges, more opportunities. Yaba, Surulere, Ikoyi, and Victoria Island clearly bear the visible scars of the challenges of megacity, as does my own ancestral homestead in Istaleko. You will see the scars of a megacity there. So our children are now asking us, Daddy, where is your village? I need to say no more, Abi. Those are the scars of the megacity on us. So, and I say that some residential zones, bungalows, have given way now to what? High rises. Neighborhoods where children once flew kites and rode bicycles have become high streets, catering to business premises. The end is certainly imminent for single-family dwellings in New York, in Ikoyi and Victoria Island. Very soon, I think you will not find any single-family dwelling house on any plot in Ikoyi and Victoria Island. It will be apartment blocks like you have in New York today. But if you doubt me, just go back in the old movies of America. You will see the houses of people like Rockefeller and all of that. They've changed. They are now apartment blocks. So this is going to come, if it has not yet already come. But we are seeing the signs, and those are the scars of a megacity, changing density, mass occupancy on one piece of land. So in one house where you used to have just 2 cars, on the same plot of land, you are now having 30 apartments and a minimum of 60 cars. So when we were expanding Bodilon, Alexander, and Gerard, some people came to protest that I should leave it alone. It was single lane, they like it like that. I said, single lane. But one house, one plot of land now has 60 cars. Where are those 60 cars going to pass? When we were connecting the Lekki Bridge between Ikoyi, they said, no, don't open us up. We don't want problem. I say, They are building more houses. They are building more cars. How are you going to commute? So these are some of the problems. And so if we see cat pushers hawking water in jerry cans, they are responding to the scarcity of water, along with those who retail sachet water. You know, I said it's scarcity that is the heart and soul of megacity. So all of these things that we see, I'm just trying to connect the dots. So when Iju Water Works was built in 1915, those who have been there will know how far Iju was. Iju was designed just to supply the island. It was just for 2.45 million gallons per day in 1915. It was later expanded to 45 million gallons. So from 2 to 45. Why? They just didn't want to produce water. There was a high demand for water. Of course, Alhaji Jakonde followed in 1985, I think, started adding water works. That added, I think, 70 million gallons. No, that added 30 million gallons. Today, Governor Sanwo-Olu is now trying to complete the Adiyan Phase 2, which started in my tenure, to expand the water supply. But it is not enough. Because as I said, some people have arrived this morning. So we didn't factor them in when we started that plan. But the good thing is government is still responding and must continue to respond. So despite these challenges, Lagos continues to offer opportunities within and beyond. It has become the biggest launching pad for talent in sub-Saharan Africa and remains the theater for the expression of dreams for both old and the young. So I conclude by saying that I am very confident, very, very confident, that as it changes, so will it be blessed. As it changes, Eko ò ní bàjẹ́. Thank you for listening.
Túndé Fáṣọlá ló ń bọ̀ yìí o, ẹ̀yin èrè ẹ jáde wá pàdé ẹni tá ń wí.
Continue the music now. Why do you stop?
Àtúndé ọmọ Fáṣọlá nísàlẹ̀ gbọ̀ngàn èrìà kò ní bàjẹ́ fọmọ àdúgbò mi. Túndé Fáṣọlá ló ń bọ̀ yìí o, ẹ̀yin èèyàn jáde wá pàdé ẹni táwọn wí. Káròyìn èèyàn tó ká bá bẹ́ẹ̀ Babátúndé ó ti ṣe ìyanjú.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please, let's give a sound of applause to our former governor of Lagos State. Mr. Baba Tunde Raji Fashola. Thank you very much, sir. You still remain Messiah of Lagos State. Yes. I love your story, sir. Mr. Babajide Rajafashola starts as the Chief of Staff in Lagos State to the Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then after, he became the Governor of Lagos State 2007 to 2015. Then after that, he served as the Minister of Works, Power and Housing to the President Muhammad Buhari. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what next? Mi ò gbọ́. What next? It deserve it or it did not deserve it? If it deserve it, a standing ovation and say, President! President! Tó bá tún máa wá padà kan Yorùbá, ta la máa múlẹ̀? Ta la máa múlẹ̀? Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ tẹ́ bá fọwọ́ sí. Honorable Jebe, confirm. Exactly. Taba rántí, he remained the only governor. Fashola will put on mufti, shirt and trouser. Tell anybody onímọ̀ wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa lọ inspect iṣẹ́ káàkiri. Ó tọ́ ní àbírọ́. Ìgbà míì lórí ọ̀kadà. Sir, God will bless you. Say amen. We believe in you. Thank you very much, sir. May God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, Can we please recite Inna Ataino for our governor? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna Ataino Kalekausar. Fasalli li rabbika wani ar. Ino shani aka. Amen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to the governor's speech. So the representative of the governor of Lagos State, the permanent secretary of Ministry of Works and Housing, Honorable Toriola Omogbolaron Abdulhafiz. Can you please, let's give him a round of applause. Engineer Abdulhafiz Omogbolaron Toriola. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Governor's speech.
Thank you, Mr. MC. My name is, I'm not an honorable. My name is
Engineer
Abdulhafiz. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Despite that I'm greeting in Islamic way, I still have to recognize the major stakeholders here. Firstly, I want to recognize the former governor of Lagos State. We popularly call him BRF, for taking us to class, for giving us how Lagos became mega city. And I must confirm that we did a study in 2020, and the study is about urban migration. And from that study, we observed that 91 people come to Lagos per hour without going back. 91 per hour without going back. Multiply by 24 hours. And the United Nations gave us a statistic by 2050, 2/3 of the population will live in urban area. That means there will be challenges. That's why Lagos State needs to be proactive. I want to thank you for giving us that detailed paper. The representative of the Oba of Lagos, I want to recognize you on behalf of Mr. Governor. The chairman of the Animashaun family, Alhaji Akoni Animashaun, I want to recognize you. The chairman of the occasion, the former minister, Major General Olarewaju, I want to recognize you. I must also recognize the essay to Mr. Governor on Islamic Affairs, Dr. Jebe, the serving permanent secretary, and the serving permanent secretary who has to be, she's my captain. We call her Kapo. I want to recognize you. And the retired PAMSEC AS2, Mrs. Olatunji, which I can recognize you. I want to especially acknowledge you too. Family of Animashaun, I want to thank you for celebrating a worthy originator or your founder of over 130 years. And it's not a joke for you to keep that tradition. I want to also thank you for keeping the legacy of Sheikh Sunmonu, Asunmo, Animashaun. Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, may I now read the speech of Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. A good message delivered by the governor of Lagos State, which I'm representing, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, at the 130 memorial anniversary of Sheikh. The Imam said we should call it a Sheikh. It's between Sheikh and a Sheikh. Representative of the Chief Imam of Lagos, Sunmonu Animashaun, known as Asunmo, at Glover Memorial Hall, Custom Street, Lagos Island, 23rd of August 2025. I warmly welcome everyone to this memorial celebration honoring the life and legacy of Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun, popularly known as Asunmo, a man who gave so much to Lagos. The presence of distinguished scholars, respective clients, members of the Animashaun family, community leaders, and honored guests reflect the significance of this event. I sincerely thank you all for joining us today and gracing this occasion with your presence. Sheikh Sunmonu was a man of honor. When we look back at his life more than a century ago, we see someone who was a trader and also a great leader in his community. We see a man who uses influence to bring people together, strengthening the practice of Islam in Lagos. To make education possible at a time when many people did not yet understand its value, that is education. History tells us that Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun was among the early figures who made it possible for Muslims in Lagos to have a space for prayers. Just like what the prophet said. He said the first human service was observed in his mosque. That confirmed the statement of Mr. Governor. That means Mr. Governor would have done a research to know that. For learning and for organizing themselves as one strong community, he was a bridge builder, someone who believed that wealth and knowledge should not be kept to oneself. From what the professor told us, that name, Animashaun, was like a nickname in those days, but being adopted as a surname. So that shows the generosity of Sunmonu Animashaun. But also to lift order, Sheikh Animashaun also stood out for his commitment to education. Accounts from the history of Islam in Lagos note his leadership role in pioneering the establishment of a government Muslim school at the close of the 19th century, where Arabic and Western learning met in one classroom. His generosity speaks volumes. He supported and created opportunities for those with little, mentoring many who later emerged as leading voice in Lagos Muslim community. Among them was Mustafa Animashaun, who made his own mark as a publisher and educator. This legend reveals Sheikh Sunmonu's vision for the future. Mustafa Animashaun championed Western education for Muslim children, established a printing press, and bookstore on Shita Street, and documented the history of Islam in Lagos, further expanding and extending intellectual legacy his mentor began. What does Sheikh Animashaun's legacy demand of us today? Firstly, is to build institutions that outlive us, such as schools, endowment, publishing house, and neighborhood trusts. Secondly, blend knowledge system, respect for faith with openness to science and technology, so our young people can compete anywhere while staying anchored at home. Thirdly, practice generous citizenship. Use words and influence to lift others. As a small deed for a generation that later led the Muslim community and the city itself. Here in Lagos, we are following the path of leaders like Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun by building institutions that touch lives at the grassroots. He gave himself to serve humanity, and we are carrying that same spirit forwarding, ensuring that our mothers, our children, and our elderly can find comfort, care, and dignity within our own communities. To the Animashaun family, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude for preserving Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun memory across generations. Sustaining a legacy for over 130 years is no small feat. I pray that Almighty Allah continue to strengthen your family, bless your descendants, grant you the wisdom to uphold the values Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun embedded. May his memory remain ever vibrant, and may the good works he left behind continue to open doors of blessing for his children, grandchildren, and all who carry his name. As we celebrate Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun today, let us remember that this gathering is not just about looking back, it is also about looking forward. Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun lived a life that speaks to us today, a life of faith, generosity, leadership, and sacrifice. If each of us can even take a little of spirit into our homes, our workplace, our communities, Lagos will be better, Nigeria will be stronger, and the future will be better for all of us. To our scholar, I say thank you for documenting these stories. May you all continue to grow in wisdom and strength to push forward. I urge our young people to take inspiration for Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun courage, his faith, and his visions as we depart today. Let us remember that this gathering is not only a reflection on the past, but also a call to the culture. Sheikh Sunmonu Animashaun lived a life that continues to inspire us. A life defined by faith, generosity, leadership, and sacrifice. If each of us can carry even a small atom of that spirit into our homes, workplace, community, Lagos will surely become a better place for us. Thank you for having me. That is Mr. Governor. I'm representing, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. DJ Olon, you about cotton. Thank you. Can you please let's give an applause to the representative of the Mr. Governor, Engineer Turiola Omokbolaron Abdullah Fis. Thank you very much, sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, because like no time, there is no time, so we are trying to manage the time. If you have a question you want to ask the former governor of Lagos State or the professor, please, no, sir, don't worry. Let me call this WhatsApp number for you. Send the question to that WhatsApp number. Okay, immediately, you will get the answer immediately. You can start sending it now. So this is the number, WhatsApp only. It's 070 68 40 8997. Once again, it's 070 68 40 89 97. If you have any question you want to ask the former governor of Lagos State or the prof, please send your question to that number, WhatsApp only. Egbodada. Odo. Eje. Odo. Efa. Ejo. Erin. Odo. Ejo. Ẹ̀sán. Ẹ̀sán. Eje. Once again, fún ẹ̀yin ìyá wa àtẹ̀yin bàbá wa, òdo, èje, òdo, ẹ̀fà, ẹ̀jọ, ẹ̀rin, òdo, ẹ̀jọ, ẹ̀sán, ẹ̀sán àti èje. 070-68-40-8997. Start sending your question now, please. Thank you. Now, the next program on the agenda, launching of Sheikh Sunmonu, Asunmo, Animashaun, Educational and Welfare Foundation. And the chief launcher is nobody but the 001 of Lagos State, Mr. Celebo, the governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. Can you please let's give a round of applause to Mr. Governor? So Governor Representative Engineer Omogbolaron Toriola, the Permanent Secretary Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I think I'm going to do this together with essay to Mr. Governor on Islamic Affairs. Yes.
Oh.
So, Mr. Jebe.
Sallallahu alayhi wa kareem.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
A máa lọ sí Ansarudeen. Wọ́n máa ní Ansarudeen United Family. But a máa change ẹ̀ lọ́sàn-án yìí. Animashaun, Sunmonu, Asunmo, Animashaun family. Masha Allah. Ẹ pé náà ẹ fẹ́ sọ ni Sunmonu, Asunmo, Animashaun family. Masha Allah. So Mr. Governor, wọ́n ní ká fún yín ní 10 million. Kí Ọlọ́run kó fà àlùbáríkà sí.
DJ, I better play first. Oh, 10 million. God punish poverty. Mr. Fashola is going on. Sit down, sir. Please sit down, the program is still continuing. We just need to honor the former minister and the former governor. Sit. Teacher, sir, I promise I will do it myself now. Mo fi okule. Ẹ̀yin ìyáálé wa, Ọlọ́run ṣe mo padà wà pẹ̀lú former governor, former minister. Ẹ ṣáà ti rí. Èmi àti wọn rèé o live. Ẹ padà lẹ́yìn mi. I have to see you up, sir. Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún gọ́vnọ̀.
Fáṣọlá Fújì bó ti rí o, Àyìndé Wàsíù ẹ̀rù ń dúpẹ́. Bó bá wá dúpẹ́ orí àgbà mi sí o, ló ń bọ̀ yìí o. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn jáde wá pàdé ẹni táwọn wí.
Oh, it's good to be good, oh. It's good to be good.
Nísàlẹ̀ gbọ́ngàn èrìà kò ní bàjẹ́ fọ́mọ àdúgbò mi.
Please, everybody, back to your seats. Sit down. The program is still continue.
Ló ń bọ̀ yìí o, ẹ̀yin èèyàn jáde wá pàdé ẹni táwọn wí. Káròyìn èèyàn tó ká bá bẹ́ẹ̀ Babátúndé, ó ti ṣe ìyanjú. Ìlérí Ọlọ́run ọba ní ti Babátúndé ọmọ Fáṣọlá o. Wájú sọ́mọ́nì máa yan. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń fẹ́ òbí. Túndé Fáṣọlá ló ń bọ̀ yìí o, ló ń bọ̀ yìí o.
Please, the program is still continuing. Can you please, everybody, sit?
Káròyìn èèyàn tó ká bá bẹ́ẹ̀ Babátúndé, ó ti ṣe ìyanjú. Fáṣọlá, Action Congress, bó di ijọ́ ìbò, ẹ lọ fi bo yíyan gómìnà. Fáṣọlá Babátúndé o. Gbogbo ọmọ dé. Gbogbo àwọn tó ti ń lu fújì láti jọ rí. Látàyè àyíṣàrí ayé àjíwèrè. Kó tó wá dórí fújì ti sẹ́yìn o. Iṣẹ́ bá ti lálùbáríkà, ìjọ ló yẹ kẹrù òjò. Orin tó orin dọ̀là ló jẹ́ nǹkan pẹ́dá. Ìbà Síkírù mi ọmọ bí ìbà lọ́fín èrìyà. Ìbàjà dígà ní Olúwọlé, àwọn tó kọlù fújì látàjíwèrè. Àyìndé mú ní ọmọ Máyégún.
All right.
Kàwúwà mi nù. Sàkálà ìpàdé mọ̀ lápẹ́ o. Fújì láwà àtàyìndé di lọ làkàrà òwe ríya àjàdí làwà léwé náà jíbó barista kásálì yàrá nínú.
Thank you.
àbínúwá ẹ̀ bá ṣí o.
Ẹ jẹ́ a jókòó torí Ọlọ́run. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, please back to your seat. Photographer, you can do that later. Please back to your seat. Alaba Animashaun. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó sáré wa padà, please. There is a special package for everyone. If you are not on seat, you will not get it, please. Everybody should be on seat. Engineer Omogbola Toriola. Engineer Abdulhafiz, Omogbala Otoriola, wait, sir.
Oh, yeah. Let me give you the list. Oh, yeah, give me some. Oh, my.
Thank you. God bless you. The representative of Governor of Lagos State, Engineer Abdulhafiz Omogbala Otoriola, the PS Housing. Engineer Omogbala Otoriola, God bless you, sir. Now, presentation of the prize and award pledged to the winner of the 130 Memorial Anniversary Quiz Competition. I'll start mentioning their name once I call your name. Please step forward. First position. Let me start from third position. Everybody, please. The third position goes to Lawal Morenikeji Amida. Lawal Morenikeji Amida, third position, please. Step forward. Lawal Morenikeji Amida. Lawal Morenikeji Amida. Please step forward to receive your prize. All right, and this, please, is coming. She's coming. All right. The second position goes to Animashaun Amida and Jola Olua. Please, let's give her a round of applause. DJ, thank you. Why the fourth position goes to Jimo Fausat. Jimo Fausat. Thank you. Okay, 100, 150, 250. Okay. The third position, Imam Lawal Amida Morenikeji. Please come up. Let's give her a round of applause. The second position, Animashaun Amida and Jola Olua. And the Animashaun Amida and Jola Olua. Please, let's appreciate her. A round of applause to her. Why the first position goes to Jimo Fausat. Wow. Oga okusokunrin tó ti ẹ̀ win ní ara. Ọkùnrin. Please stay here. No, hold on. Now, the Secretary Board of Trustees and the Chairman Board of Trustees will be the one to present the prize to them. Ladies and gentlemen, Imam Lawal Anjola Olua is going on with 100,000 naira. Let's give her a round of applause. Third position. Why Animashaun Amida Anjola Olua, she's going on with 150,000 naira. A round of applause to her. Can anybody guess how much First is going on with? You say? You say what? 250. 1 million. Champagne for Animashaun. 250. Another person. 500. Ahmed Adeyemi, Afis Adeyemi, God bless you. Now the first position, Jimo Fauziyat is going on with 250,000 naira.
It's Maestro on the beat, baby.
Dance, 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 dance. Let me see you shake body. Shake. Alia. Can you dance away your sorrow? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, small me now. Aha. DJ, after the program, they are getting the plaque by the special grace of God. Go back to your seat. God bless you. Congratulations to you. 100,000, 150, and 250,000 naira. Thank you. The 250,000 naira. No man at all. And you'll be ready to take charge. Fantabulous. Like, seriously. Animashaun family, God bless you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next program on the agenda, vote of thanks. But before that, vote of thanks, but before that, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Otumba Akim Oladipupo Animashaun, the Secretary of Board of Trustees, Animashaun family, please step forward for giving the vote of thanks. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Sariatu Ajoke was the one that donated the 215,000 naira for the first prize. Thank you very much. God bless you. The secretary, sir. Otumba Akim Oladipupo Animashaun, please vote of thanks. Oh. Thank you, sir. We have a special package for everyone here. Thank you.
By the grace of God, today has come and gone. And we thank God for today. We thank everybody that has made this a successful event. Special thanks go to the former governor, the governor rep, the KBSC rep, and the others. I can't start to list all the names of the people, but we really thank everybody for their contribution. I want to say a big thank you to members of the Animashaun family, my people, my sisters, my brothers, my uncle, my auntie, for the efforts they put into this event. The success of this event is anchored mainly on the organizing committee of the family, with the elders and the trustee support. This event has come to an end. We want to wish everybody a safe journey back home.
Okay.
We thank you, and this event will continue to happen every year.
Wow.
Where we celebrate and we reunion our sisters and brothers at this event. So let's plan for next year.
Yes.
I thank you very much. I wish you God blessing and safe journey back home. Thank you so much. Thank you and thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, closing prayer. We start with Bismillah and Alhamdulillah. We are ending the program with Alhamdulillah. May God lead everybody back to home safely. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Idina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina alhamta alayhim. Gẹ́gẹ́ mọ̀gbọ́bí aléhìm wàlá dọ̀ọ̀lìn ọlọ́run aṣọ́gbó adéléláyọ̀ àtàláfíà ìyá wa ó yá. Màmá wa fẹ́ kọrin.
Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Orin tí àwa Animashaun máa ń sábà kọ, especially late brother mi, GK Animashaun. Tá bá wà ní irú gathering Animashaun báyìí, a ní gbogbo yín ẹ ṣé, gbogbo yín ẹ ṣé o, gbogbo yín ẹ ṣé, ẹ kú àròtì o, gbogbo yín ẹ ṣé o, bójú bá kojú òníre ọpẹ́ là ń dá. Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Aloyinlo òde wálé, agbẹ́dẹ́gbẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ o. Sílẹ̀ DJ. Ojoojúmọ́